Welcome back, everybody. It's me, Clang Clang Boom, and I'm here with another short tutorial. Today we are going to do custom fonts. I did an earlier video where we used some of the built-in Tinkercad fonts to make a keychain. However, Tinkercad only has 4 fonts and they are boring. So if you want to use your own font to make something more custom, more personal, this video is for you. The very first thing we're going to do is download our custom font. There's a lot of websites to do this. I like to go to dafont.com. Do you need to do this step? No. There are other fonts that you can use that are on Windows, but I'm going to show you this process because I think this is what makes, everyone has built-in Windows fonts. If you are the person that goes and gets your own font, you are one step closer to being an original design. So here we are, we're on to font. Now, there are some things to look out for in your font. We want to avoid really skinny lettering. So the stuff that works well for, bougie little t-shirts like this font right here, this Christmas market font, or there's some really skinny parts of this Zenitha classic font. We want to avoid that. We want a nice, thick, chunky font. And I believe that's even an option up here. Let me see. Let's just go sans serif, basic sans serif fonts. So all of these would be great, honestly. I believe I already have lemon milk on my computer. Now, if you are a person who likes to live honestly and do everything, by the book, it's important to pay attention to the licensing on some of these fonts. Some of them are personal use. Some of them are a demo that you're supposed to pay for. Like this says free for personal use. This is public domain. So you can go here and do public domain. But guys, it's the internet. Let's be honest. There's people out here ripping off everything. I mean, you can't stop it. So do with that information what you will. No one is going to chase you down for a font because you didn't use the license. I promise. So let's see here. Why is it taking so long? I like this. Hivitas. Free for personal use. Great. So then just go ahead and click download. Put it somewhere. And then wherever that file ends up, you'll get as .zip. So I put it on the desktop. We'll go to the desktop, we'll open it, and all you need to do is find the .ttf or .otf, double click on that, it opens a preview, and you simply hit install. This will install the font on your computer. It's there forever. I don't even know if you can get rid of fonts, honestly. I've never looked. So now we have a custom font. Hivitas is what it's called. Now we need another piece of software. Don't worry, it's free. The software is called Inkscape. So we're going to look up inkscape.org. It's the official website. Go to their download page. Whoopsie. Go to their download page, get the current stable version. Current stable version is 1.4.2. I have an older version, I think, and I don't want to rock the boat and get a completely different one I'm not comfortable with. So I'm going to go here and launch my version of Inkscape, but you know how it goes. Download the software, install the software, launch the software. This is what it's going to look like when you open up Inkscape. Okay, we're here, we're in Inkscape. Like with all of our other software we are going to use, there's a lot of buttons. Don't be scared, we're only here for a couple of them. So you want to click that text tool, and I believe that font I downloaded, there we go, Hivitas. So I'm using this, got my font selected. I'm going to click and drag, and let's just, sorry, that didn't change the font. Let me try again. Apply. There we go. So now we have our font. Now, the way SVG files work, this is, this is difficult to describe in quick, simple terms, but basically an SVG can be scaled to any size and it does not become pixelated. Instead of being a set in stone size, it is math that goes between all of the points. So when you scale it up or you scale it down, it really doesn't matter. It's going to look crystal clear. That's why we like SVGs. That's why SVGs are good for graphics, because you can blow the graphic up without it becoming pixely, and SVGs are good for this because you can scale it to any size that you need. I don't like how small that is. Just for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go up here to my selector tool, and I've selected that font that I just typed. I'm going to grab one of these anchors, but you'll notice you can kind of distort it or even flip it upside down, and we don't want that. But it looks like if you hold the control key and drag, it maintains the aspect ratio while scaling it up. That's good enough for me. Now, once you have your words typed out there, you want to select that, and then we're going to go to Object to Path. There we go. So what that did is that converted that from like just some editable text to an SVG path. And if you have your selector tool selected and you double click, it shows up with all of these gray boxes around your words. These are the SVG file, like the handles, and you can click and drag these to edit stuff, but we're not going to do that today. We just want to make sure we do that crucial step, path, object to path with your object highlighted. Now it's a path. Now we're going to go up here, save as, save it as whatever you want. I saved it as drawing.svg to my desktop. I got a warning there because I'm overwriting a file of the same name. You shouldn't get that. Now, once we've done that, load Tinkercad. Go into your any 3D design space you already have open. If you don't have one open, create a new design. Then we click import in the top right corner, choose a file, import drawing.svg, and then click import. Give it some time. Depending on how complex your shape is, it may take a while. Alright, and it looks like everything loaded correctly. I've got my name here. Now, we made the rectangle keychains before, but it's a little bit too plain. And mine ended up being a little bit large. So I'm going to change that up. I'm going to make this about, let's go 55. Now, what am I doing here? So you can click and drag these handles, but again, you're going to ruin the aspect. It's going to distort. What you want to do is click on the corner, and while you're dragging it around, if you hold the shift key in Tinkercad, that allows you to modify the size while maintaining the scale. You can also hold shift and click on one of the editable things, go up here, and you can let go of shift at this point and type in a dimension and hit enter. And that's going to edit that dimension while maintaining the scale to whatever you specify. So I've got that there. I've got it at 50. Now I am going to drag a cylinder out this time. We're going to go for a little bit of a different shape. I'm going to put a cylinder on the base plate there, and I want this to be about 60. So I've clicked here, so I'm only editing one dimension. And I'm just going to type 60. We'll see how that does. I'm going to click this right here for the height, make it 3 like the others. And let's go ahead and make this, let's make this 2. 3 I found was a little bit big on my last keychain project. And then we're going to raise the text so it lines up with the top of this. We're going to select my name, and we're going to hold shift and select that. So we have both shapes selected. We go to the align tool, or we click L, and then we click the orange plate. So we say we're aligning to the orange plate or whatever color you have. Click that to align it vertically, click that to align it horizontally, and it looks like we're in business. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit more so it fits a little better. Realign. Sometimes it gets a little bit glitchy. You just got to click around a little bit. That's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to go with orange and maybe like a light blue color. I like that. And drag out a circle shape, make it the size you need it to be. I'm going to go with a 5mm diameter circle. Get out our align tool again, align it there, and you can align it to the edge with that click. And I'm going to go in, nudging with the arrow keys 1mm at a time. I'm going to go inward 2mm. Then I select everything and I group it. You know what? I don't like how that makes this look unaligned. I'm going to do this, ungroup everything, nudge it over a little bit. I know that means it's now off center, but I just like the look of that a little bit better. It's up to you. This is your project. So there we go. Got a little bit more of a rounded shape, fits a little better in a pocket or a purse. Now we're going to click export, as a STL as we've done previously. If I'm going a little bit fast, I do have other videos on my channel that go over this process at much slower, so go ahead and check those videos out, and I do a much more handheld version, but I'll breeze through it for us today. Then we go to the desktop. I'll just replace that file name. Now we're going to close that. Load your slicer. My slicer happens to be Bambu Studio. Go to prepare. We're going to add an item to our build plate. Go to that desktop, find our item, and add it. We'll do orange. Again, I'm going to breeze through the painting process as well. Again, if you need a little bit more guidance, I do have this process in other videos on my channel. So please check out the multicolor slicing video, as well as that keychain design video. And there you have it. Now we want to, when you slice it, your slicer gives you a preview of it. If there are any sections that do not show up in your sliced preview, they're not going to print. So like I said, if you chose kind of a calligraphy style font or a little script font, it's not going to print if it doesn't show in the preview. And then we will go ahead and hit print plate. This is something I forgot to do in the other video, is show what this window looks like. So you click print, gives you a little rundown of the time and how much it's going to use. You select a printer, and then you just, this here on the filament, you tell the print what colors are where. So if I have my white, you can set this on the device screen so it knows, or if you have official Bambu Labs filaments with the little RFID tag, it'll automatically update. But if you don't, you can set it manually and you can just tell it whatever. So it thinks I have white in slot 1, that's correct, and orange in slot 3, but my orange filament is actually in slot 4. So I know that messes up the preview and how it looks, but you got to trust what you're looking at with your eyes. If you have eyes on your printer, look at what's in each slot, and you just tell the printer, hey, anything that's white on my prepare screen, print it in this color. It's a little bit weird, but yeah, and you print that out, bada bing, bada boom. Custom font, you get a much better end user experience, happier customer, or happier you if you did this for a personal project. If this is your first time doing this, let me know in the comments how it turned out. Let me know if I skipped anything. I'll be glad to help you guys. As always, there are affiliate links for all of the filaments we use and the printers we use in the description below if you want to check those out. We also have custom rave beads on our website, boomperler.com. You can find rave beads there. You can find Disney beads there. I mean, beads that look like Disney beads, wink wink. And let me know what you guys want to see for our next video. I have a few ideas written down, but I want to hear from you. Thank you for watching.